Hey there, Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto, looking at a V Special version of the Mazda Roadster 1800cc. This is an NA8C. Okay, this one was bought from auction here in Japan for export. We're going to be sending this one over to France. The V Special was a limited edition version with different interior trim pieces, different options, that sort of thing. It's not really that special, as they made a whole bunch of these V Specials or S Specials. I think maybe a couple hundred for each generation. But they are better than the regular ones. They come with different wheels. You can see the BBS wheels are the lightest weight wheels of all of the NA wheels. I'm not saying something because some of their wheels are super light. I think these are like 4 kilos each. The 1800cc engine puts out 125 PS for this generation. This one has just over 100,000 kilometers. I'll quickly show you a few of the other V Special things, like the chrome mirrors. Color combinations are unique to this. This one here is the black and tan. That steering wheel is a Nardi aftermarket unit, but for the V Special it is the authentic piece. Same thing goes with the shift knob is also Nardi, and the wooden e-brake handle is Nardi. This one comes with the speakers in the headrests. Cup holders, leather cup holders, and a little options bag there instead of a console. I think also maybe door cards, and then other things like the chrome vents here. And look at that. That's really cool. There's like a glass tube amplifier inside there. I don't know what any of that means. I probably said the wrong words. Anyway, this is a post-purchase inspection video where we'll take a look at the condition of the car before we export it. The 1.8, this is my opinion, is better than the 1.6, and I have a 1.6 in our race car. Although our 1.6 might have aftermarket camshafts in it, I still really like the 1.8, probably a better engine. You get a little bit more displacement, you get more low-end torque. There's this on this car. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. The hood prop doesn't attach to anything. The oil, coolant, both of those are okay. You get a different intake for the 1.8, and of course a different engine size. Now the reason why some people claim the 1.6 is better is because the pistons are a different shape for the 1.8. Let me put this down. And so with pistons, when you go with a longer stroke, you get less RPMs, less revability. If you go with a shorter stroke and a wider piston, you get more revability. All else the same. The 1.8 gets the extra 200cc by going with a longer stroke, but a longer stroke also increases your torque. And so it is a bit of a trade-off here and there. The 1.6 is very torqueless until you get to higher RPM, but it does rev better. But also, I've heard some people say that the 1.8 carries a heavier flywheel from stock, and because of that, that's where some of your revability gets eaten up in the 1.8. Anyways, not much to complain about, whether it's a 1.6 or a 1.8. They're both fantastic engines. Super fantastic. Let's have a look here at the auction inspection sheet. Okay, it's a 1994 Roadster. This is a V Special Type 2. There were actually two versions of the V Special. I think they're like 1992 and 1994 maybe. I don't know. Auction rate R, interior C, exterior C, original black paint, 106 550 kilometers, 5-speed manual, power steering, power windows, and leather. It's not really leather. It's kind of like a fabric-y leather, on thin leather on top of a fabric. Yeah, and the driver's seat is pretty ripped. Sales points, purchased from user, and BBS 15-inch wheels, and yeah, those are the original wheels for this one. Windshield rock chip. Oh, this is the report from the inspector. Windshield rock chip, interior wear, dirty, and rip. Right front inner panel dented and front cross member dented. These ones here are from the accident. Those are sections that have been repaired, and so you'll notice some difference. Mostly you'll notice the difference in the way that the panels line up. If you take a close look, you'll see this one is a little bit off, and this one is a little bit off. You can also see the wrinkle paint between these two. It doesn't have the exact same amount of wrinkle in it, and then there's some kind of orange peel effect on there. Now my apologies, I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but you can see all the pollen in the world has landed on this car. I don't even know why. Like, everything in Japan is dusty at the moment. It sucks, and we don't have we don't have a way to wash the cars. I'm sorry. Okay, dashboard has scratches on it and is sticky, and the right seat is ripped. Looking at the diagram here, we have U1, A1, A2, A3. A3 is kind of a big scratch there. The A2 is kind of a big scratch. This fender has been replaced. There's a U2 on the trunk I didn't even notice. You want to put a spoiler on your trunk? Get ready for Mr. Bendy Trunk. Oh yeah, it's dented backwards. Right here. Like someone put something inside and closed it. Yeah, the trunks on these, very, very thin aluminum on it. I think it's aluminum. I know the hood is. I think the trunk is. And that means super bendy. So if you put a spoiler on, you're definitely bending up your trunk. Okay, I already went over everything. Let's go once around here. Of course, I put the headlights up because headlights up are cool. And you put headlights up, you might get a little bit more airflow in there for your engine. Yes. I would love to see someone do an actual study on aerodynamic loss compared to extra performance due to cooler air making its way to the air filter. I bet you're pretty close to breaking even between those two. Okay, the top is dirty. It's in pretty good condition. It has a tiny rip. I'll just show you now. Japan is the world of hard tops. Where the hard tops in North America, I don't know about France, but in North America they're like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 for one. Here in Japan you can usually find ones in the same condition for about $450 to $600. And the same hardtop fits the NA and the NB. Even though the NB looks like it's bigger, it actually isn't. It's heavier due to some structural things, but it's not actually that much bigger of a car. Maybe a few centimeters here and there. But all of this stuff here matches. So you can put the hardtop on. Okay, so taking a look at damages now. The front bumper at the bottom here has ouchies. There's scuff there. There's some scratches all along here. Some scuffs over here. And right here. Okay, aftermarket headlights on it. This one here is the V Special logo, which is kind of neat. Or maybe it isn't. I could be wrong about that. Definitely burn me in the comments if I'm wrong. Scratch there and here. Okay, going down here, it's looking pretty good. There are some mild scratches, but they're a little bit hard to actually tell where the scratches and where the pollen is. But this area here, like the back fender, has about 10 kind of small light scratches. Back bumper scuff there. Roadster. This isn't called a Miata in Japan. It's called a Roadster from Eunos. And Eunos is kind of like a sub-brand of Mazda. I'm not even sure they cared that much about it, because there are a number of Eunos brands, but then it just went away after like I don't know, 6 years. Here's the A3 on the back. There's like these big swiping scratches. Might be able to see, might not. There was the Eunos Cosmo, the Eunos Roadster, and like the Capella maybe? I don't know. Somebody else knows more than I do about that. Scratch there. Big scratch along there. The MX-3 in North America was a Eunos here. I can't remember the name. It's like Presidia or something like that. I could be getting that wrong. I'm going to be getting it all wrong. I'm talking completely out of my knowledge. It's all the things that I've known at one point in my life, and then I just haven't thought about it in 6 years. And then the brain is full of other things. I think this window here is glass on all of them, but I don't know. I don't know. It's funny, I can start talking, and no, I know that. I know that, and then I know that I'm on video and I'm probably going to be wrong. So, I'm sorry. Okay, ripped seat. And the side bolster down here is saggy. There are rips there. There are rips here. Now different sections of it are made out of leather and some aren't. So you can see this section here is not real leather, but this section here is. So see, they're pulling a sneaky on you. This section here is real leather, ripped. And some pretty nasty cracks up here too. This part here is worn out. It looks like the car got sun faded pretty badly. Okay. This one will weigh more than the other ones because of things like the headrests having speakers in them. The Special Roadster is a convertible lightweight sports Eunos. Thank you. Thank you, Eunos. So, here's the sticky part. When this heats up, it gets sticky. I think it has something to do with the humidity in Japan. It big time hurts Maseratis and BMWs. I have never seen it on a Roadster before. Lots of scratches in the dashboard. Cool air things where the air comes out and then gets you. Different knobs on here. The AC does work. Headlights up and down functions properly. I'll just put them down for now. It feels really nice to shift these. The 5-speed is so good in the NAs. They moved over to a 6-speed for the NBs, and the 6-speed isn't as nice. Looks like it has been smoked in, but no smell of smoke inside. Okay, also no smell of mold inside, which is important. It's soft top, and they do get leaky over time. Okay, that is basically everything. The Miatas, everybody loves them now, and now that everybody loves them, nobody can find good ones. It's always the way that it is, isn't it? People in the past used to call these girly or Barbie convertibles. Everyone knows now. The Roadsters kick a lot of butt. And for many, many, many years, you can get them for a smoking deal because everyone thought that they were kind of girly, but they're awesome and they're super fun to drive. And the low power makes these so much more fun than a high-powered car because you can just floor it for 5-6 seconds at a time without breaking the speed limit. Really fun. Anyways, that's all for now. Thank you so much and have a nice day.